Hello, everybody. I'm actually sitting out here in my car in our own parking lot because it started to rain so hard. And I get tired of wearing this big fluffy thing around my head. It's actually very, very warm. It's about 55 degrees here, and it was been about 51 at night. So that is at least getting better. But I have not been able to download any content or upload, I should say, from here to YouTube. We have a slowing of our internet. I'm not sure what the problem is. Um, we tried calling the provider. We think they're just trying to actually get more money out of us. But all of a sudden, I can't upload anything. I can't use my iPad. I can't do the TikTok and the Twitter. I can't do my Power Director. So it's been awful for me. um, I guess I can go ahead and reveal that my beautiful, beautiful lady and good friend, has cancer. So anybody who has good thoughts and prayers and does that sort of thing, and mucho appreciate. Very, very special person, very, very involved with the community, the native community here, and the school, uh, which is hard struck by a lot of things in a lot of different ways because there is natives, and some people don't quite get along or share the same ideals. So both of them, both her and her husband, put a lot of effort and work into everything. So we're talking about some very special people here, and she really needs to get better. So and she will. She's an incredibly strong person. So I have been a bit not busy with that, but trying to help out when I can. I keep wanting to tell them that it was Mary Popkins. I can't say that. Mary Popkins. We did it. I really don't want the credit, but it's really nice to be able to give back now. They've been very, very kind to us, and now we can give back, and that's a wonderful thing to do. Uh, yeah, and the sisterhood. I was wanting to shave my head even. I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. Um, my sister also has uh, been having some issues with COVID and now having the long COVID, and she's been having some hair loss, so that was another reason to do it. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, very, very sweet. I haven't met her yet, but we've been conversing back and forth and texting because we're both deaf. Uh, but yeah, she's been having some issues with dryness, dry lips, her lips peeling, and some pachita, part of the little, something like that, little red dots that you get all over you. I wouldn't call it part of the blood vessel bursting thing that comes with COVID long, but maybe it is. So I'm very, very concerned about her. And then my brother-in-law was just in the hospital for 5 days, and my dad's still in rehabilitation from the COVID. So a lot going on. So my problem is very minor that I can't get the computer to high speed internet to work, and of course we have the Ukraine Russian situation, which is just no, I don't even want to get into that. It's very sad. I mean, I know we go back a ways. NATO has been pushing further and further that direction, and I have mixed feelings about that part of it. Obviously, I don't think that Putin is a wonderful man, or a lot of our politicians for that matter. I think there's a lot of propaganda, but propaganda stirs up people. And so it even wasn't a problem. As long as you make the people think there's a problem, it will stir up a lot of chaos. And as you know, even with the COVID, everybody running to get the toilet paper over here in the United States, at least, and stocking up in food. So I've been watching Johnny, who's a friend of Bald and Bankrupt, excuse me, and Balder. So, and then another woman I've been watching from the Ukraine, who's working for Inside Edition. So I'm trying to get every different point of view to see what's really going on, because in my age and my husband's age, he's in his 70s now, he's seen this clear from, the Vietnam War and a lot of propaganda surrounding about what's really going on. in a lot of different avenues, just for the fact one time I was down in Big Bear and they had the sensationalized news going on about this big, huge fire. And I was talking to someone who lives in the house next door to it, and he said there was no fire whatsoever there. And then, like 10 minutes later, a fire started up. So you have to wonder. And that's not the point. Obviously, we all get fooled or we don't want to be fooled, but I know something's going on. And Putin's a very 19th century man. He hasn't moved up, and we can say the same thing about a lot of the Native Americans. And I feel like people should be able to keep their culture and their language. But it doesn't seem to be what the majority wants right now. I'm not really sure how much they want to be involved with NATO. Or I see so many different points of view. I like to go to a country and for them to have their own authenticity. Excuse me, I have these in and I can't really hear myself talk, so I have a little bit of deaf accent. Um, and it goes, speaking of that, I also understand because when I go somewhere, people are expecting me to try to run around and hear people and understand. I can't use sign language. I don't know that much because people are expecting me to speak to them. I haven't allowed a lot of people want to bend over backwards or even a little bit to learn sign language with me because learning it by myself and being out in the middle of nowhere, I really don't have anyone to do it with. So there's that, I want to keep culture. I want deaf culture to have their culture. I want native to have their culture. And so it goes with the Ukraine and Russian. And I love the Russian people. So I don't say anything about the government. They were interviewing a lot of people over there, and a lot of them were, so what's that word? What's that thing the Americans have? Democracy. So, I mean, it's not something that they have lived with. And I'm not really so sure if it's something that we all should have, but it's a direction everybody's moving. So it looks like it's going to have to go that way. Now, if there's an exaggeration on what's really happening, I've seen different reports where they're saying they're bombing in orphanages. And then I followed YouTubers that were there, and what they had done was bulldozered over one, but there's no one actually in there. So, yeah, the thing is, nowadays you can't get away with anything because everybody films, everybody has a camera. And at the end of the Johnny and Bald Bankrupt, they were trying to get out to get to an EU country. I think they're trying to get to Hungary and all these, I hate to say it, but there's gypsies came in, about 70 or 80, and this was queue that was very quiet and nice line. Everybody stormed in and tried to come inside her to cut into the line. It was total chaos. So even if there was anything actually happening there, the panic itself makes it so there's happening. And I think that needs to stop. That needs to stop. There was finally a child that was on somebody's shoulders that just started crying at top of their lungs. And for a moment there, like 3 or 4 seconds, everybody went quiet in the room. It was like a child finally, speaking some sense that even though it was just a cry for help. Oh, it's chaotic. It's crazy. But anyway, onward. I want to say thank you for the views. If I can even get this uploaded, we'll see what happens. What I can do. Because I stop down everybody else's internet when I upload something. That's the problem. I have people behind me, they're living there, people over there, people over there. So it shuts everybody down, the whole community. I was going to say thank you. Thank you, new followers. Thank you for all the new views. It's been spectacular. It's been making me so happy. And I want to take a moment to say I love you. And there we go. Thank you. The other thing is that everybody was asking what happened in the last one, and if I ever figured out my little mystery. I did make some comments down below on the other, if you watched the other one. It was a real thing going on. It turned out to be a nice looking man looking for osprey, the bird, I can't say that right, I've never heard it out loud. Osprey nest, they're like an endangered bird. I guess somebody called, said that there was a nest that was being disturbed right up on our property, so he was called by the landlord to actually come up and look. But anyways, I put in the message thing. He had this nice nice looking man with a nice outfit. So, And I'm like, who's this? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, husband. He knows that. I don't care about other men. But that's what that was about. And oh, it was a strange man. They have a lot of people that come up here, so there's always strange people wandering around. But always the dogs always bark and alert us. So like all the dogs are barking. I don't actually hear that unless I'm standing right next to the dog. Oh! But the dogs ran out. And they're obviously moving their mouth a certain way. You definitely know what they're doing. So yeah, he backed off. His car was parked down below. But anyway, this is at 10, almost 11 minutes. I don't even know if I can upload this now. I'm certainly not going to be able to do it from the phone directly to YouTube because it'll shut everybody down and it'll take several hours. So this is unprofessional for me to talk about, but you know me, I try not to be professional and be real and spit a lot. So I love you guys. If I forgot anything, let me know and ask me down below. And like I said, it's been back and forth to each house, a lot going on. So if I did answer a question, I'm sorry. I'll get to it as soon as I can. I'm trying to get in, maybe get some cookless. I'm going in next week or the week after, so I might be able to hear by the next year. So thank you for your support, guys, and putting up with me. I love you. Okay. And I'll talk to you later from a different location, hopefully.